I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. You take a look at Los Angeles.
And it seems like every win they string together, this group gets tougher and tougher to beat. Playing beautiful basketball here of late.
There are a lot of things going on besides their execution as this group seems to be coming together.
And one of the more versatile players in this league. Simmons gives you assists, rebounds, steals, and he continues to develop as a scorer.
And of course, Greg, Simmons gets the majority of his points from the foul line down.
And a one-man wrecking crew in transition. Excellent at driving the ball in the half court. But once he gets downhill, he is tough to stop. Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
And that one's good. Drummond.
Pretty nimble on the drive there as Drummond gets a little head of steam towards the basket. And he'll clear a path.
Inside. Outside for George. The tray. And Simmons with the rebound. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. I was able to talk with Steve Nash for a minute. We talked about the problems Paul George can cause with his defense. Coach told me the sets we run with longer passes, those need to be adjusted. George is a ball hawk and changes how you operate on the perimeter. If there's one thing we know about PG-13 guys, is that he feasts on lazy cross-court passes. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks. And stolen by Irving. Outside Curry. The kick out to Irving. Back to Drummond. No good. The Clippers go the other way with it. They're getting their first look of the season at the Nets in this one.
Yeah, and a bit of a revenge game for them as they were swept in the two-game season series from last year.
And this one of the few opponents who really stuck it to them during what was an otherwise excellent season for them. You're right, they've got to have revenge on their minds tonight.
Outside, KD. Over Jackson. Misses off the left iron.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And as the regular season winds toward the playoffs, Greg, for those teams in the upper half of the standings, how much are they looking at the seeding and their possible opponents?
Well, I don't think most would admit it, but it's human nature to think ahead, trying to map out that route and looking at how it breaks down in the bracket. just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Now here's Jackson. He had 27 points last game. Buries it from three-point range.
And this is in Morris's wheelhouse right here. Extremely fluid with the catch and release.
It's stolen by Harris. To the paint. Here's Griffin. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Nets.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect has to be the fast break and transition play, really looking to go up tempo tonight.
And it's Leonard missing.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
And there was a slight panic in L.A. when Kawhi opted out of his deal. It quickly went away as Kawhi signed a new one with the Clippers. The Clippers can build knowing Kawhi is in it for the long haul. Always nice to know you have a star that you can win with. The struggles just continue this quarter. They can ill afford to have this many empty possessions.
Pass to Griffin. Buries it down low.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Leonard with the ball. Picked up by Aldridge. Over to the wing. Fires for three. And the Clippers miss again. Mills in the corner. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. You know who that was.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. We've got...
All who's coming onto the court, come on.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And the Nets pretty much in control here, it would seem.
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
Outside, George. The shake. And the jumper falls for him.
That's just a good-looking shot from Paul George. Gets it right into his shooting pocket and finishes it off with confidence.
To the middle. It's stolen. For the three. It drops for his second made shot of this game. An unimpressive 2 of 7, though.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, reporting from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, mid-range jumpers are something of a lost art these days. They're still practiced by superstars like Kawhi Leonard. Coach Ty Lue said, why not work on the shots that teams are giving up? Down the stretch, mid-range shots win games. Playoffs, too. If you shoot it at a high clip, it's just as good as a three for me. Guys?
And they do shoot it at a good clip, and they rely on it quite a bit. David, thank you.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter, much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
It's George on the wing. A three ball. And it's George again missing.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by KD. Outside Covington. And Simmons with the rebound.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
No, he should know better. He knows that's not his game, which is why we don't see him take that shot often.
And Durant gets it to go. KD's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
A three from Leonard. The rebound by the Nets. They've led by as many as 11 points. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And the fact they still had a chance to win that game, I find to be somewhat amazing, because it was clearly an off night for most of their guys.
And I'll tell you, if they had pulled that game out, it would have been an amazing win, because they made a bunch of mistakes. Nothing was going their way, and somehow they still nearly won it.
5 on the clock. And here's Leonard from 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Last 2 minutes to play.
Leonard's got 5 now.
The efficiency of Kawhi Leonard's three-point shooting is pretty exceptional. I mean, he's going to start taking those all night long if he's open.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
And he can't jam it through. Brooklyn leading by 9. Outside Curry. The Nets working the ball around now. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
Curry.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And the latest wrinkle in Seth Curry's game, creating for others with consistency.
And he's taking time with his reads, letting the defense commit, then making his move. All part of that maturation process.
With him struggling tonight, they need to find some other options out there to keep themselves in the game.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Los Angeles with another miss.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And he's good on the 3-ball.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
LA, timeout. All right, look who's coming up to the court. Come on, get loud for your Brooklyn Nets.
There's 42 seconds left in the first half. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, not known as a flashy dribbler, Leonard showing off more handles than a 6-door limousine.
Harris outside. Over in the corner, Brown. And here's Mills for 3. Brooklyn now working with a new shot clock. They double-team Griffin. Over in the corner, Brown. Bangs home the trifecta. Brown's got his first 3 points of the game.
And with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Pass to Man. Back to Leonard. Shoots over Griffin. And no good on the last second attempt this time. So as we conclude the first half. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. And Greg, you made your money on the defensive end. What was the toughest kind of player to defend? A one-on-one guy or a constant movement type of player?
I've always will say that it's harder to guard movement. You know, as a defender, you drill a lot about guarding the basketball. But when a guy is great without it, man, that is the hardest job you can have defensively. They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Here's Curry with the 3. He can't hit that time. And the Clippers will come the other way. In the corner, Powell with it. No good on the three.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Nailed from three-point land.
And it takes a bit of pressure off Kyrie when someone else creates for him.
Here's Leonard. Rebound, Andre Drummond. And so it's Drummond with it. He'll bring it up for the Nets. A 21-point lead, the biggest in the game. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Drummond's got his third basket of the night.
Kyrie with that feel, man, so special, impressive. Finds a teammate, that's a direct dime.
Powell, no one around him. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Powell's got his first 2 points of the night. And more than one observer, Greg, has called Irving the most entertaining player in the game. What do you think?
A lot of competition for that distinction. But Irving does some things that no one else can, at least at his level. And then you never know when he's going to give us a juicy soundbite.
The shot by Powell, no good. Nets leading by 23. And Curry has it in the corner. Durant for three. It's rebounded by Leonard. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Leonard's got the ball. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you for the baton, Kevin. Kyrie Irving, of course, marches to the beat of his own drum. At times, that might rub people the wrong way. But Kyrie says, I've learned lessons from it. That's the most beautiful and exciting part, just the growth. What I'm saying is, it's always been bigger than the game for me. And guys, you have to respect his willingness to go it alone.
You do indeed, D.A. Thank you for that portrait.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Covington wide open. He fires. Sinks the triple.
Three.
Covington's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. It's Durant on the wing. Lets it go with the three. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
A lot of nice work out from the field. He's helped get them this lead, and now he's helped them keep it.
For three, Covington. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Man can't hit. Brooklyn leading by 22. And Curry has it in the corner. Here's Irving. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
And watch how this kind of scoring output for Kyrie Irving impacts the rest of his teammates. Everyone else starts to feel hot.
Pass to Powell. Three-pointer. Fires the three. He's off on that one. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Durant with it. The Nets working the ball around now. The shot by Curry, no good. Takes the three. Kennard with the ball. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Back to Irving. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
And a new group in for the Nets. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
You think about when Kyrie is healthy, he works himself into a great rhythm. He is the ultimate difference maker. Just someone who can get in there and take over a game and a franchise and get you to the finals.
George looking over the floor. Over Griffin. And the last second attempt does not go in for him.
3 quarters of play.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's the Nets just dominating this one. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Here's Irving. Well, Greg, for those of us who have never played in the league, what's it like traveling all over the country over the course of a long regular season?
Come on, Kevin. I bet you had a nice J back in the day. But seriously, it's a whirlwind tour, man. Sometimes you don't even know what city you wake up in. And I can tell you there have been many times where I'm going back to the front desk complaining because my key didn't work, and only to find out I was using the wrong key.
And it's George missing.
Not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots, not the wild one he took there.
Outside Covington. A three-pointer is right on target. Covington's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Well, if you look up 3 and D in the dictionary, you might see a photo of Robert Covington. He's bringing that spacing to his offense.
Blocking foul. Joe Harris. His first foul. First team foul. Substitutions for your Nets. Nicholas Claxton. Good on.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. And here's Covington from the arc. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Here's Dragic. Oh, that's blocked. Pass to Covington. In the corner, George with it. On the wing, George. And another 3 for the Clippers.
3.
Pure determination here, guys. A fourth quarter run that has them looking better and better as we get ready for the stretch run.
Harris outside. And with so many entertainment options these days, Brent, the NBA not shy, innovating to attract and retain viewers. Where do you sit with that? Keep it the same or be creative?
Well, I think the league does a great job of being creative, and I think that Adam Silver does a really good job of not just being a leader, but being a listener. And there's tremendous participation between the Players Association and the commissioner and the ownership group to continue to press the way that the game is played, try to innovate in the way that the game is broadcast, and it'll continue to do those sort of things to draw in the fans that love this game and are invited to that kind of competition.
And Curry has it in the corner. Trains the three-pointer.
I think Kyrie could play not only with the ball, but with the baton right now, orchestrating the offense.
Pass to George. A 3 from Leonard. Rebounded by the Nets. Right side, Simmons. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, this is when the game slows down for a big man like Andre Drummond. He can make those kind of plays.
Here's Hartenstein. And here's Leonard from 3.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Drains it from beyond the arc. Curry's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Nets.
Defensively, you can't afford to give him that kind of look, especially down this many points.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
Pass to Irving. Fires from deep. And it's rebounded by Covington.
Boy, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Leonard, no luck. And here's Brooklyn. Good momentum, 8 straight points.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Brooklyn.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Kyrie Irving.
Now, this was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Here now the Clippers. And here's George for 3.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Bounce pass Mills. Here's Aldridge. It's rebounded by Hartenstein.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
And the Nets with possession. 11 unanswered points for him. Pass to Harris. Shoots over Covington. And that one comes up a bit short. Here's George. Makes good on the step-back jumper.
And he got a good look at the hands of Covington.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly. The other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here.
It's a Western Conference battle here at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, as the Mavericks look to work the home court advantage.